On this day in history, October 27th, Constantine is believed to have seen a cross in the sky with the message, "In this sign, you will conquer," before the Battle of the Milvian Bridge on October 27, 312. This vision convinced Constantine to convert to Christianity, a pivotal moment in Roman and Christian history. The event marked the beginning of Constantine's embrace of Christianity and his eventual role in its spread throughout the Roman Empire. Amsterdam was traditionally founded when the Count of Holland granted tax exemption to local residents for the use of a dam on the Amstel River on October 27, 1275. This event is considered the beginning of the city's development, which later flourished as a major trading hub. Amsterdam eventually became the capital of the Netherlands and an iconic city in European history. Michael Servetus, a Spanish physician and theologian, was burned at the stake just outside Geneva on October 27, 1553, after being condemned as a heretic. His execution followed his rejection of the doctrine of the Trinity, which angered Protestant reformers like John Calvin. Servetus' death marked a key moment in the history of religious conflict and persecution. The Treaty of Madrid was signed between the United States and Spain on October 27, 1795, establishing the boundaries between Spanish territories and the newly independent U.S. This agreement resolved territorial disputes and granted U.S. access to the Mississippi River. It was an important diplomatic achievement for the young nation. Napoleon's French army entered Berlin after defeating the Prussian forces at the Battle of Jena-Auerstedt on October 27, 1806. This marked a significant victory for Napoleon, consolidating his control over Prussia and weakening the coalition against him. The event further established Napoleon's dominance over Europe during the Napoleonic Wars. The United States annexed the former Spanish colony of West Florida on October 27, 1810, following years of disputes over the territory. The annexation expanded U.S. territory along the Gulf Coast and was part of the country's larger push for westward expansion. West Florida eventually became part of modern-day states like Louisiana and Mississippi. Missouri Governor Lilburn Boggs issued the extermination order on October 27, 1838, which called for the expulsion or extermination of Mormons from the state. This order followed escalating tensions and violence between Mormon settlers and local residents. The order forced the Mormons to leave Missouri, leading to their migration to Illinois and eventually Utah. The Uzbek Soviet Socialist Republic was officially founded on October 27, 1924, as part of the Soviet Union's reorganization of Central Asian territories. This marked the beginning of Uzbekistan's modern statehood under Soviet rule, during which it underwent significant industrialization and political transformation. The Uzbek SSR remained part of the Soviet Union until gaining independence in 1991. Ratifications were exchanged in London for the First London Naval Treaty on October 27, 1930, effectively putting the treaty into immediate action. The agreement aimed to limit the naval arms race by capping battleship sizes and fleet tonnage among the major naval powers. This marked a key moment in interwar efforts to promote disarmament and prevent another costly arms buildup. Benjamin O. Davis, Jr. became the first African-American general in the United States Air Force on October 27, 1954, breaking racial barriers in the military. His promotion was a major milestone in the ongoing struggle for civil rights and racial equality in the U.S. military. Davis had previously led the Tuskegee Airmen during World War II, earning widespread respect. Pakistan's first president, Iskander Mirza, was deposed by General Ayub Khan on October 27, 1958, just 20 days after Mirza had appointed him as the enforcer of martial law. Ayub Khan's takeover ended the brief civilian government and began a military dictatorship that lasted for over a decade. The event marked a turning point in Pakistan's political history, leading to authoritarian rule. NASA successfully tested the first Saturn I rocket during mission Saturn Apollo 1 on October 27, 1961, marking a significant step toward manned space exploration. This test flight was part of the development program leading to the Apollo missions that would eventually land humans on the Moon. The Saturn I became the foundation for the powerful Saturn V rockets used in later missions. Major Rudolph Anderson of the U.S. Air Force was killed when his U-2 reconnaissance plane was shot down over Cuba on October 27, 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Anderson became the only direct human casualty of the crisis, which brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. His death highlighted the extreme tension between the U.S. and the Soviet Union during this confrontation. Soviet submarine officer Vasily Arkhipov averted nuclear war on October 27, 1962, by refusing to authorize the firing of a nuclear torpedo during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Despite intense pressure, Arkhipav's decision prevented a potentially catastrophic escalation with the U.S. This moment is widely credited with playing a crucial role in avoiding global nuclear conflict. Ronald Reagan delivered a speech supporting Republican presidential candidate Barry Goldwater on October 27, 1964, launching his political career. The speech, titled "A Time for Choosing," gained widespread attention and helped establish Reagan as a prominent conservative voice. This speech is often cited as the beginning of Reagan's rise to the presidency and his long-lasting political influence. The Democratic Republic of the Congo was officially renamed Zaire on October 27, 1971, under the leadership of President Mobutu Sese Seko. Mobutu's government promoted the name change as part of a larger campaign of authenticity to remove colonial influences. Zaire retained this name until 1997, when it was reverted to the Democratic Republic of the Congo following Mobutu's ouster. St. Vincent and the Grenadines gained independence from the United Kingdom on October 27, 1979, becoming a sovereign state within the Commonwealth. Independence followed a period of colonial rule dating back to the 18th century. The new nation adopted a parliamentary democracy and retained close ties with Britain while forging its own national identity. The British government suddenly deregulated its financial markets on October 27, 1986, in an event known as the Big Bang. This major reform led to the modernization of trading practices, including the introduction of electronic trading and an influx of foreign capital. The Big Bang is credited with transforming London into one of the world's leading financial centers. President Ronald Reagan suspended the construction of a new U.S. embassy in Moscow on October 27, 1988, after it was discovered that Soviet listening devices had been embedded in the building structure. The discovery heightened Cold War tensions and led to extensive security reviews of U.S. diplomatic facilities abroad. This event showcased the ongoing espionage rivalry between the superpowers. U.S. Navy radioman Alan R. Schindler Jr. was brutally murdered by shipmate Terry M. Helvey on October 27, 1992, because Schindler was gay. The murder sparked widespread debate about the treatment of LGBTQ+ individuals in the military, eventually leading to the controversial "Don't Ask, Don't Tell" policy. The case became a landmark in the movement for LGBTQ+ rights in the U.S. Armed Forces. Britain formally withdrew from Afghanistan on October 27, 2014, marking the end of its involvement in Operation Herrick after 12 years, 4 months, and 7 days. The operation was part of the broader U.S.-led coalition efforts to combat the Taliban and rebuild Afghanistan following the 2001 invasion. The withdrawal marked a significant moment in Britain's modern military history. The Catalan Parliament declared independence from Spain on October 27, 2017, following a contentious referendum that had been declared illegal by the Spanish government. The declaration led to a political crisis, with Spain invoking direct rule over Catalonia and arresting several leaders of the independence movement. The event intensified the long-standing debate over Catalonia's autonomy. Leicester City FC owner Wichai Siwatanapapa tragically died in a helicopter crash on October 27, 2018, along with 4 others, after a Premier League match against West Ham United. The crash occurred near Leicester's King Power Stadium, which Wichai had helped revitalize during his ownership. His death marked a somber moment for the club, which had won the Premier League under his leadership in 2016. Thank you most sincerely for your time and attention. If you found this presentation enlightening, I encourage you to share it with others, express your appreciation with a like, and consider subscribing for future content. I look forward to your company in the next installment.